I hand here a manual satellite switch that's available on tvtrade.ie. Now, this is, a reasonably popular product on our website. It's a little bit low tech, but it certainly serves a purpose. Okay, and there's two major ways you can use this particular switch. The first thing is as an alternative to a DISEC switch. So if you're in a situation where we'll say you have two different satellites feeding a single box and you want to switch between one to the other, you can actually come along and feed one satellite in here, aiming at Astra 1, and this satellite here aiming at Astra 2, we'll say the BBC channels, and a single cable running down here. And if you wanted to switch from one to the other, you can actually just come over and click the switch and switch from one to the other. Okay? Now, it's effective and it's simple to wire and simple to set up. The difficulty with it is maybe a lot of people don't want to go over and every time they're switching between the two satellites, press a button like this. Now, if we just saw how we're going to wire this and something like this, if we looked, we'll say, at a satellite dish like this, this is an 80 centimeter satellite dish with two LNBs here aiming at different satellites. What we can do is we can actually wire this LNB here into input A, this LNB into input B, and then run a single cable from here into the back of the satellite receiver, such as we see here, and then we'll go to switch exactly like I demonstrated. Now, an alternative to it, and far more popular, would be using something like this two-way DISEC switch. So what you'd actually be doing here is, you just set it up, you'd program up a DISEC enabled box, and you'd have a switch wired like this with two satellites feeding in and a central cable running out. And what happens there is, when you go to switch from one satellite channel to another, the satellite automatically flicks the switch over and back to pick up the signal from the correct satellite. So that's obviously a very neat way of doing it, and so it's more popular. Now, one final thing I'm going to mention about this manual satellite switches, if we have a situation where we're feeding in a satellite, and we can use this in reverse. We feed a satellite in here, and we have two rooms in which we're going to use a satellite receiver, but never both at the one time. So we'll say we have one that we'll use in the winter and another one that we'll use in the summer. So what we're doing is we're moving the box over and back. What you could actually do is you could feed the cable in here, set it to work on switch B, and then when you want to move to the other room, remove the satellite receiver, move it to room A, and at that point here, come along and simply hit this switch, and now the satellite signal will be diverted to run to room A. So that is, it's sort of a quirky use of it, although you'd be surprised over the years how many times I've had that query and it's actually solved that problem for somebody. So that's it anyway, a manual satellite switch available on tvtrade.ie.